My name's Mindy. Today I'm going to show you how you can adjust a filter so that your angelfish is not too upset about the high flow, since because of their fins they don't do well with filters that have a lot of flow to them. And nowadays so many of the filters that you get at the store are like this, where they go over the top and then the water comes spilling out, but that actually creates quite a current for them. And I've noticed my angelfish has a real hard time swimming around because of the flow. So what I do is I actually use nylons to just slow the flow, the outgoing flow a little bit, and that seems to help really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how I did that quickly. This would be the type of nylons that you could get at a store. The key I found is to get ones that are sheer to waist. So that means that they're really thin all the way up to the top. They can be tricky to find. It's more common to have it, kind of solid down to here. But I found that when I used those, it restricted the water flow too much. So if you can find ones like this, these are actually, I think, Legs brand or something. But like I said, if it says sheer to waist, and you can see it's kind of see-through most of the way up. So that's the type that I have found works best. Now I actually have a black pair that I'm going to use because my filter is black. So here is my black pair. Now what I did, you can see I cut off the legs, because obviously I don't need the legs on them. So I just cut off the leg part, and I rinsed these off, kind of scrubbed them just with water, with some really warm water, just to try to get any kind of chemicals or anything that might be on them from manufacturing, just to get those off. So I did that. I'm going to set my camera, over here so that you can see kind of how I put this on my filter. Let's see if I can get it to stand up okay without falling into the fish tank, would be preferable. Oh good. Alright, I'm going to turn off the filter just so you can watch and see here. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is basically just take the leg hole under the part that sticks down, kind of loop it down under that. I think I'm going to take my good watch off. I don't want to fish water on that. Okay, here we go. So anyway, I take the left leg hole from my perspective, wherever it is, and I'm going to be putting that over the little part of the filter that hangs down, because I don't want to slow down the input at all. You can try that as well, but I found that this kind of just works out fine the way it is. Alright, and then I take the rest of it, and that's what I bring up over, literally up over the whole thing, believe it or not, and just kind of stretch it over like this. Hopefully you can see that. And then all I did with the excess, basically the extra leg, you could just tie it off and kind of tuck it in. I gather everything all together here. I'll gather it on the side. And I actually have a little black rubber band. It's usually used for hair and stuff, but just a tiny little black rubber band. Like I said, you could use pretty much anything. But I'm going to gather all this stuff over here onto the side, really nice and tight. You don't want it to be loose. And I'm going to just bunch this up over here. Put this around with the rubber band. There we go. Alright, then you'll have, of course, a little tail here of excess nylon, and all I will do with that, I don't want that hanging around my tank, so what I do is, you could even snip off that excess if it's too much, and then I just tuck it up in the side here so that the fish don't try to eat it or anything. Just kind of tuck it in there on the side like that. Alright, hopefully you can see all that. So there it is, and it does go up over the back, as you can see. I haven't found that it causes any kind of an issue doing that. Because it's sheer, it still gets airflow here on the top. You can even see the vents. But what it does, let me show you, let me turn the filter back on so you can see how it will change the outflow a little bit here. So 1 second, let me turn this back on. There we go. So you can see it's still working, but it's not quite as much of a intense waterfall. And now my angelfish will have no problem swimming around, and he's very happy to come over here to the side of the tank now. Now, of course, the nylon, it's almost acting as kind of a secondary filter as the water's coming out, so it's not something you would want to keep on there forever. I've kind of been changing mine basically about the same time I change my regular filter. So about once every 4 to 6 weeks, I'll just change this out too, just to keep it nice so it doesn't get all gross. So anyway, there you go. That is a way to restrict the water flow for your angelfish and keep them happy. Good luck!